We set out to find the answer to which types of athletes/consumers prefer which type of sports drink and why. An athlete in our survey meant someone who works out or does physical activity for more than 1 hour a week. The four brands we chose to study were Gatorade, Powerade, Vitamin Water, and Body Armor. We wanted to find and explore the factors that affect the buying decisions for sports drinks. Gatorade has been the most successful sports drink brand since the 1970s and have continued their success over the many years. It is estimated that they currently have about 70 to 75% of the market share in the entire sports drink market. Powerade has roughly 20% of the market share in this market. And Vitamin Water and Body Armor, they both share the last 5% of the sports drink market. How have Gatorade and Powerade become so successful, and how can newer and smaller brands such as Body Armor and Vitamin Water compete in such a competitive market? For our data collection, we used Qualtrics as a way to organize our survey, put it together, and distribute. Due to our limited time and resources, we decided convenience sampling was the best way for us to get as many respondents as possible. We distributed the survey to our fellow students at SDSU, friends and family from back home, and we asked these individuals to tell their friends and family to take our survey as well.
We did run into a few methodological limitations during our survey. Our initial goal was to get over 900 respondents in order to get a large enough sample size to accurately make conclusions about our data. We were only able to get 115 total responses, and out of those 115 respondents, we only had 91 acceptable survey answers to analyze. We also did not include any expenditure or income questions. This would have been helpful because we would be able to see how price sensitive they are by how much they are willing to pay and how much income they have. We also should be aware of our respondents who live near a campus and don't normally have access to a grocery store, where sports drinks are relatively cheaper than at the Aztec market or any school market. Overall, our sample did not accurately represent our targeted population. There were very few subgroups that had enough respondents where we could make accurate conclusions from. For example, Body Armor just simply did not have enough respondents to make predictions and conclusions from. We had too many respondents ages 18 to 25 and not enough 25 or older demographics to be representative of the whole population.
During our analysis, we separated the drink preference by many different subgroups. For example, age, gender, and by the sport they played. The chart shown is the drink preference based on our respondents' gender. As we can see, Gatorade was by far the most popular choice, with Vitamin Water being the second favorite. This was surprising to us because Vitamin Water has less than 5% of the market share, but was favored at 22% of our respondents with females and 14.7% among our males. This could be because Vitamin Water attracts more health-conscious female demographics than the other brands. Their mass amount of nutritional information on the label could be their main selling strength. These charts shown are the drink preferences based on the different sports our respondents indicated that they play. For basketball, Gatorade was the most popular among them, and with Powerade, Body Armor, and Vitamin Water being equally chosen among them with around 1 to 2 votes each. We contributed this to the fact that Gatorade has been such a big influence in the NBA that those who play basketball, professional or amateur, feel a connection to the NBA while they pick a Gatorade over the other brands. For baseball/softball players and soccer players, we did not get enough respondents to make any interpretations, with only 6 respondents in each subgroup. By looking at the chart for weightlifting/cardio training and for the other sports not listed, we can see that Gatorade is by far the most popular again, but in this case, Vitamin Water did receive more votes than in the basketball subgroup. The other sports that weren't listed but our respondents typed included hockey, dancing, golf, volleyball, martial arts, surfing, or skating. We contributed Gatorade's popularity to them being a top-of-the-mind brand. After any sports or physical activity, consumers think of Gatorade when they want a drink that will replenish their electrolytes and keep them hydrated. This next chart gives us a mean score of importance of the characteristics of a sports drink on a scale of 1 to 4, 4 being very important. Taste/flavor was the most important characteristic for sports drinks among our respondents, but price and advertised nutritional information was not far off from taste. However, professional athlete endorsements were not consciously important, but we attributed these results to be that the connection consumers feel toward professional athlete endorsements are subconscious. Everyone has their own athlete or celebrity that they look up to, but that is more of an inside motivator to buy a product.
As we can see from our data, Gatorade has still been the leader in the sports drink market. Gatorade has been around for over 40 years and has always looked to expand their success and growth. They consistently come out with new products to meet different demographics and different ways to keep their customers hydrated and healthy. By doing this, Gatorade has solidified their reputation as the drink of sports all around the world. Since Gatorade has been around for so long, millennials have been exposed to Gatorade since they were children. Consumers will remember their parents handing them a Gatorade after they come home from, for example, basketball practice. Picking a Gatorade adds nostalgia to the consumer's thoughts and makes them feel good on the inside. From our data, we can see that Powerade has been losing market share, while Body Armor and Vitamin Water have been gaining market share. Their growth will continue if Powerade fails to market their brand more effectively than they are currently.
People don't just pick Gatorade for a drink. They pick it because they have nostalgia and because they are a top-of-the-mind brand. Brands can follow in Gatorade's path, but it does take time for a brand to become a top-of-the-mind brand, especially since Gatorade has had the biggest influence of this generation. The next steps for these brands would be to capitalize on their strengths. Each brand has their own strengths they can build upon, and if they do, they can all be successful in their own ways.
To wrap things up, we just wanted to take the time and thank you for listening to our analysis, and we hope you enjoyed our screencast presentation.